Okay, so I'm going to show you your first shortcut. Okay, and this is a Windows shortcut. This is not a ZoomText shortcut, but this is one because you tend to have a lot of programs running and things going at the same time. This would be a really good one to learn. And it's called your application switcher. Okay, so and on your keyboard, next to your spacebar on either side is your Alt keys. So you're going to hit Alt, you're going to hold down Alt, and you're going to tap Tab. Do you know where your Tab key is? Yep.
Free conference call.
Now, just hold down Alt and tap Tab once. And watch your screen as you do that.
Studio Live 3.2.
And you can also hear it, right, telling you what you're switching to. So tap it again until you hear it say ZoomText.
2. Real True Forensic Cases Quora.
One more time. Oh. Hold down. There you go. Now let go. As soon as you let go, it's going to pull up exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so now we've got the ZoomText interface open, right? So I want you to take your mouse and I want you to click on the magnifier tab. Can you see that right next to the blue ZoomText? Okay, good. Okay, so this is the different things that you can actually magnify. So the first question is, how well can you see that? Can you see that okay, or could it stand to be bigger?
No, I can see it okay.
See it okay?
At night is my worst time.
Okay.
I have to go like
You tend to be leaning way forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going to teach you how to adjust the magnification for sure. Yep, so there's two ways to do everything on here, okay? You can do it with your mouse and your key and just click all the different buttons, or you can use your keyboard. So the very first thing we're going to learn is your magnification.
Okay.
So right now it's at 2 times magnification. That's what that 2 means. So if you click the up button right next to the 2 with your mouse, see how it says 2 and then there's a little up and down button? Yeah, so we use your mouse first and then click it up.
2.25.
And you can see it's getting bigger. And the text over there to the right, you want to click and drag do you know how to click and drag?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to click and drag your bar over a little bit so maybe it's right in front of your text. So click and hold on the blue part.
Yes.
Right in the middle. Okay, click and hold.
More sharing options.
We clicked away. That's okay. Try your Alt Tab again. Hold down Alt and tap Tab.
Task switching.
There you go. And let go. Very good. Okay, so let's try that again.
2.5.
So we're gonna click and hold in the blue bar.
All right. Usually you see like a hand or something.
Sometimes you do, but not always. So click and hold and then move it to the right. So click and hold. You're a little up again, so that's okay. That's okay.
Following 50 answer spaces to ZoomText.
Okay, I'm going to do it for you this time because I think part of the problem is you can't see the mouse very well. We're going to change that in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to move this over so that it's right in front of that text we were looking at. That way you can see the difference of the magnification, right? So as you move this up and down, you'll be able to look at this text and know how well the magnification's doing for you. Okay?
I played with it a little last night. Too,
Good.
So.
I'm going to move this speaker too because it's sitting on top of your mouse. Okay. All right. So now go ahead and click on that 2.5, the little up arrow right next to it. Ooh.
He's been drinking.
Okay. How well can you see that text? Is that too big now? Or is it okay?
I mean, I can see it. But,
okay. Is it comfortable?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
It's hard to tell. I mean,
it's hard to tell.
I can see it. And I see it better because it's dark. You know?
Okay. Okay. So that's one way to move your magnification up and down, right? The other way to do it is with your keyboard. Now, the main key that you're going to use with ZoomText, it's called your modifier key, is caps lock. Caps lock is kind of the key to ZoomText, right? So you hold down caps lock and do other stuff. That's how ZoomText works, right? So for magnification, instead of using the mouse and having to go up and down and having to find the interface, you're just going to hold down caps lock and hit your up arrow.
Yeah.
3.3, 2.7.
Okay, or your down arrow. Perfect, exactly.
Yeah, I've
And
done that
now,
before.
have you? Okay, perfect. And now you don't even have to be showing the ZoomText thing. You can just go up and down on the text you're looking at. So if you're having a good eye day and it's a little bit too big, you want to see more of the screen, you can do caps lock down to make it smaller. And try that.
2.5, 2.25.
And you can see more of it, right? So that you kind of get an idea where you are on the screen.
This is pretty comfortable for me.
Good, good. That's perfect.
Like I said, depends on if it's bright outside. I went outside for a second this morning. I couldn't see anything.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
The sun was in my eyes.
So that's the next thing I want to talk about is the color contrast. Okay, so I'm going to move this back down a little bit. So the next thing you can see right here is color. And it automatically switches to inverted when you just turn the color on. So this is inversion. How does that look to you? Is that easier to see or is it a little more difficult?
It's about the same. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to be any dark in the back, but
Okay. Is it easier or more comfortable to see it with the dark on the white or the white text on the dark or
Color enhancements disabled.
the black on the white?
I think it's the black and the white because I'm used to that.
Because you're used to it? Okay. So just know, and while you're playing with it between now and our next session, just know that you can change that back and forth. So like you just said, when you have a lot of glare issues at night, when it's just, particularly when all the lights are really bright, a lot of times that makes the screen feel even harsher, more harsh, more harsh, not sure the word. So if you turn the color contrast on, that might make it, you have a lot less light coming at you.
Yeah.
And it might actually be a little bit easier to read. You'll notice you also have the voice going at the same time.
Yeah.
So for now, we'll keep it this way. I just want to show you. All I'm doing is clicking on the color button. The other way to do that, again, on your keyboard, you're going to use what key first?
Yeah, alternate. Maybe caps lock.
Caps lock, yep, caps lock, and then C.
Letter C.
The letter C.
Color enhancements.
There you go. So caps lock and C, C for color,
Yeah.
right? And then you hit it again. It turns off.
Enhancements disabled.
I thought C was for copy.
It is when you hit control. That's a Windows function, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of it's the same concept, really. I got to use the letter that matches the thing that I'm doing, right? Very good, though. That was excellent. The next one over is the pointer, and this is the one I think is going to help you the most because right now you have a white pointer on primarily a white background. That's a little crazy. That's a little hard to see. So we're going to try a couple different ones. These are the most common ones. So you have the ones that I tend to use the most are either the giant green or the large yellow. So we'll try these two first and see how you feel.
I'd be easier with me with the green.
The green? Okay.
And I hate green too.
But you can see it well,
I
right?
can see it.
Let's try the yellow instead, too. Can you see that as well?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. You responded better with the green, though, huh?
Yeah.
Now, the other question I have is, what about the size of the green? Do you think the green is too big?
Yeah, just a little bit.
You like the size of the yellow one better? A little bit smaller?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good this morning. Either one, I can see it.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of get the best of both worlds. Okay, I'm going to go to custom. And actually, I got ahead of myself. Let me show you what I did here. So you're pretty savvy, so I just want to show you all the little, when a down arrow means that you have other options, right?
Yeah.
So when you hit the down arrow, I just went to settings. And I'm going to go straight to custom.
Custom.
Yep, you can use it with your arrow keys. Very good. So we're going to do large instead of extra large because you like that size, but we're going to switch it to the green that you can see better.
Okay.
How's that?
All right.
You see that better? Good. Good. Now, there are some other options here that are actually pretty cool. So this one is a pointer locator. So let's say you're kind of wandering around and you've lost your pointer. Right? You're on a background. That happens a lot, right? So this pointer locator, I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Oh,
So that's a locator.
I like that.
Now, you can always have the locator on, or you can just turn the locator, the locator being the circle, when you hit a particular button. So it's not always in your way, but when you hit a button, it'll pop up.
A lot of times I'm copying and pasting.
Uh-huh.
And if I don't know where the mouse is, I need to...
Yes. So I'm going to show you a couple of them so you can see what they look like. Can you see the red okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Circle. Sonar.
Here's sonar.
Sonar.
It flashes. Okay.
Sonar.
Then you have a short crosshair, which is basically it puts crosshairs around it.
Okay.
You got longer ones, so that if it's way off the screen, you can find it.
Long, full crosshairs. Type full crosshairs.
And this is going to cover your whole screen.
Yeah.
Which one did you think would be the most...
I think...
Sonar. Circle.
I'll go through them one more time. And this is, you should be able to do what you did a second ago and just arrow through them.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think the circle's fine.
Circle? Okay. And can you see that thickness okay?
Yeah.
We got a couple different thicknesses.
Oh, okay.
Like that one?
Yeah.
And I can actually make it a little more visible.
75%.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's daytime.
You can see it pretty well.
see better in day.
Good. Now, there's another... So, remember when I said it doesn't always have to be on?
Right.
So, there's a couple other options right here. So, when the pointer is stationary, meaning, when you're moving the mouse around,
When pointer is
it's not going to show up. But when you stop, it'll pop up for you.
Okay.
There is when the pointer is moving, the exact opposite, right? When it's sitting still, it doesn't do anything. But as soon as you move, that one comes on. A lot of folks like that one because it goes away when they're not moving, but they can always kind of see where it is. And then there's that third one, which is I'm only going to show you where the mouse is when you hit a particular key. And in this case, you can either hit, you can either hit the Shift key, the Alt key, the Control key, or the Windows key. So, for example, right now, if I just hit, I typically will do Alt, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. If I do just Alt, go ahead and hit one of your Alt keys, and you can see it'll pop up.
Oh, okay.
System. Move. Close. ZoomText magnifier reader.
Okay.
Pointer.
Oh, we got out of our pointer section.
Point settings.
So which one was the most comfortable for you? Do you want it to kind of just pop up on its own, or do you want to control when
It can pop up on its own. If it gets annoying, I'll just shut it off.
Go in and shut it off? Okay. Do you want it to be when the pointer's not moving? Do you want to see it when the pointer's not moving, or do you want to see it when the pointer is moving?
Custom.
Either way.
We accidentally closed it before we...
Either way, I can
circle.
Give me a second.
Type circle.
Okay.
I type really fast. And
Yeah.
then I have to... I know without even seeing it if I made an error.
Okay.
I haven't made too many errors with this.
When pointer is
The
moving.
good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do it when the pointer's moving. That way when you're typing and doing a bunch of stuff, you don't see that it's maybe a little less distracting. And then if you change your mind, you don't like that, you can always come back in and change it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so how's this look so far? Can you see that pretty well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK.
ZoomText magnifier reader.
And we're going to play with a couple of other things, but I want to show you one more thing. Okay, right now we have the magnifier where we want it, we have the color where we want it, and we have the pointer where we want it. Those are the three things that you're going to typically need to be working correctly the most. So before we go any further, in case we accidentally close something or whatever, I'm going to go into ZoomText. Okay.
ZoomText menu.
And then I'm going to go to Configurations. Right? And then I'm going to save the current configuration as our default.
Okay.
Okay. And that means every time you open ZoomText, those are the three things that are always going to be consistent. And we can always change that later. As you're practicing with this and as we learn how to use it, if we find that the magnification needs to be lower or anything.
It's better than that little white arrow.
Yes. It's much easier. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple other features.